It is 8 p.m. on a Saturday night and the kids are asleep, and I am absolutely exhausted because we went to the ANPANMAN Museum today. In this video, I'll be showing you what visiting the ANPANMAN Museum was like with my 2-year-old and almost 5-month-old. What you can expect, the activities we were able to do, and a little bit about the ANPANMAN characters. Located in Yokohama, southwest of Tokyo, a little bit over an hour by train from central Tokyo. ANPANMAN is a popular Japanese character. The name ANPANMAN literally means red bean paste filled pastry man. I was talking about this character the other day with my husband, and he asked me who created this character and
what was he on?
I looked online and it's actually really interesting. It was created by a man named Takashi Yanase. It started off with a storybook in 1973. He thought of the character during the Second World War when he experienced starvation. He was dreaming about eating the anpan. I've had it before. They sell it in a lot of convenience stores and supermarkets. It's really good. It's quite sweet. You should try it if you're ever in Japan. ANPANMAN is a superhero. There are all these other characters which are different types of pastries. The main bad guy is called Baikinman. Baiking means germs or bacteria or mold. We first got to the museum. There was a huge queue outside. We got the time slot for 9:30 to 10 a.m. and we arrived around 9:45 or 9:50. So we were able to skip the queue and just go inside really quick. We didn't have to line up at all. Once we got inside, you're not allowed to bring the stroller. There's a whole stroller parking area, and there are also lockers that you can leave big bags and whatnot. If you are with a baby like I was, make sure you bring your carrier. We got inside first. The show was about to start, so we just sat down and waited. There were a lot of people, as you can see, and the show was really loud, maybe a bit too loud for Ray, but Stanley really enjoyed it and he wasn't scared at all, which surprised me a little bit, in a good way of course. A lot of the kids were dancing and clapping and it was super fun. Everything was in Japanese, but visually it was quite interesting, so I think it's okay even if you don't speak or understand much Japanese. After the show, we went inside and Stanley got to run around, jump a million times, and touch a lot of things. We had to wash our hands a lot. There were tons of kids, parents and grandparents running after their kids. It was almost chaotic, but it is to be expected in a kids' museum. If I ever go again, I think I would go during the week. I was talking with one of the staff members, and apparently Thursdays are the least crowded days. There's also an arts and crafts section where you can make ANPANMAN and Baikinman headpieces. This was actually really nice to just sit down and take a breath with Stanley, relax a little bit, because He was going crazy, running around and having just so much fun. Also a nursing booth, which I used. It was very private and quiet and relaxing. You can kind of escape the chaos outside. There is sort of like a food court, and there's an ANPANMAN restaurant, which we wanted to go to, but it was a really long wait. We got to the food court around 12, which is probably the most crowded time, but everyone's really polite, I guess. Yeah, everyone's just minding their own business, going about it. ANPANMAN is really old, but it's still so popular in Japan to this day, and you can find it everywhere. Clothes, or we have these little ANPANMAN band-aids that we use for Stanley sometimes. And these band-aids are kind of like this. When Stanley gets a little cut or feels injured, we just put it on his injured area, and then he feels so much stronger and better. So thank you, ANPANMAN and friends. It's very useful and it's cute. We never showed my son ANPANMAN TV shows or books or anything, and he knows it from daycare, and all the kids know it. Depending on the day you go to the museum, it costs about 2,200 yen to 2,600 yen, which is really roughly about $20 to $25 per person, which adds up if you're a big family. Children above the age of 1 have to pay for a full ticket. You just go to their website and reserve tickets, write in how many people, your name and email, credit card details, and bam, you got the tickets. They're QR codes. Make sure you have the QR codes in your email when you show it to the staff when you get to the museum, because they don't accept screenshots of it. So watch out for that. Overall, this museum is pretty fun. My 2-year-old son had the time of his life. He loved playing in all the areas. Ray was also enjoying a lot. I would recommend it to young kids, especially if you know the characters. Shout out to my mom who helped me today with the kids.